Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit and Cross Stitch podcast, aka FlossTube. FlossTube. I can't speak apparently. No, I don't even know what I'm saying.
Welcome.
Man, I feel like we should just start this over. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Friday, the 22nd of November, 2019, and this is episode 371. I feel like I'm losing my mind. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. It tends to be this way. That's just how it is. Dammy, no one introduced themselves in the Ravelry group this week. What should people do and why?
You should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because if you do so, you'll be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways, and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
Yes. All right, well, we have a few things to talk about today.
Yeah.
And Dammy and I are going to apparently learn how to do colonial knots in cross stitch.
I thought you were about to say cannoli. I was like, I want cannoli.
Oh, cannoli sounds really good. Holy cannoli.
Allie was eating one last night.
Oh. Colonial knots in cross stitch because they're supposed to be easier than French knots. So we shall see. We're going to try to learn this together. All right, Dammy, are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what's on her needles.
But first, you're going to tell us about your craft.
Oh.
Your theater craft.
I did a monologue performance for Theater Boys. Candace was really impressed because it's a very long monologue.
What was the monologue from?
Lonely Planet by Stephen Dietz.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Stephen Dietz is the one who wrote the Dracula I went and saw, but his Dracula isn't in our library, so I saw his name.
Don't poke me in the eye with a needle.
I'm sorry.
I know you weren't.
His Dracula wasn't in the library, but Lonely Planet was, so I checked it out just to read it, and it really impacted me.
Would you like to expound on how it impacted you?
It can sort of be classified as an AIDS drama. It just... I've read it twice now, and it made me cry both times.
Oh. Yeah. And what do you have upcoming?
I'll have a monologue and a scene from 12th Night to do for my Theater Voice final. We'll have some sort of scene for my acting final.
And then you have the 2 director's projects that you're in.
And Sacred Sounds of Christmas on Sunday.
Yes. Lots going on. So after Sacred Sounds, does choir meet anymore?
No, we just sing at chapel, but we only sing one song plus whatever hymns are on for the day.
Oh, okay.
So.
Alrighty. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, well, I guess let's talk about what is on my needles. Yet again, it is still my Nanny Swemo sweater. So this is a pattern by Tin Can Knits. It's the Strange Brew pattern. I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil and US 6's 4 mil needles, and I'm using Barocco Vintage DK in blush, white, black, and cracked pepper colorways. And if you're new here, welcome. Nanny Swemo. Let me tell you what that is briefly. It stands for National Knit a Sweater in a Month. It is a spin-off of NaNoWriMo, National Write a Novel of 50,000 words or more in a month. So for Nanny Swemo, you knit a sweater of 50,000 stitches or more in a month. And prior to me stitching on the ferry on the way over, so this was at the end of the night last night, I was at 76,271. It's a lot. And I still have more to go. So here is where I am at. Can you
Sure.
just so that they can see, because it's bunched up on the needle. So what I'm doing is I've mirrored the top part. So yeah, so where I'm at right now is about right here. Sorry, this is really awkward. Is about right here. So I'm going to do the rest of this, see where I'm at measurement wise. I may put in like maybe another smaller band of just pink, and then maybe do this pattern that's on the sleeves just before the ribbing. I did get another skein of pink. I have not wound it up yet, just in case I don't end up needing it, because maybe they'll let me exchange it for something else if I don't need it.
Yeah.
But I did get another skein. I measured just before we started, and I need to do about 5.5 more inches before the ribbing. I need to have that done by Monday night, because Tuesday Janine is going to help me steek it, which, if you're not sure what that means is, you see this spot right here where it looks different? We are going to use a sewing machine to sew 2 lines in that area, and then I'm going to cut up between them, pick up stitches, and do the button bands, and then tack down the excess underneath. I need to look and see what ribbon I have that I can like whip stitch back there to kind of cover that. But I did pick up buttons this week. So I got 6 of these just black buttons. I'm not ever planning to wear this buttoned, but I mean, it's a cardigan. You want buttons on there, right? So I'm making good progress. This week has felt like I haven't made as much progress. There's just been life stuff that's happened and such. I had to make a second trip into the city this week to try to deal with the asthma issues I've been having. So that cut into my knitting time as well. And so, yeah. But I'm hoping for, it looks like we're going to have a pretty quiet weekend. So I'm hoping for lots of stitching time. And I have another hour ride back on the ferry, so I should be able to get some more done there. It's just too bulky, unwieldy to try to work on it on the bus.
Yeah.
So, but I also was thinking that, so if we steek it on Tuesday, it's not going to take me a lot of time to knit the button bands and such. So I probably am not going to need to have it at Thanksgiving. So what I probably should do is get the stuff together to do the Christmas slippers for Noah and Izzy. Because those would be good to work on over Thanksgiving, because it's a very easy pattern.
Yeah. You
You and Daddy may get Valentine's Day socks instead of Christmas socks, because I just don't have enough days left.
Okay.
Especially since I'm doing Vlogmas again this year, which is where you do a vlog every day in December. And I'm going to be doing a cross-stitch piece where I cross-stitch a square with the number and a particular item related to Christmas in it. And it's got a beautiful row of houses above it. So I'm going to be working on that for Vlogmas. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. So Nanny Swemo still working. I guess there is potential that it could be done when we record the podcast next week.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be done the day after, because that's the last day of November.
Yeah.
But if I can get it, if we can steek it on Tuesday, oh yeah, because I probably want to have slippers instead of the unwieldy sweater in, if we get to go to the show on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
So slippers would be better for that too. So, or preemie hats, because I need to make up preemie hats as well. So one of those things will happen. So, okay. I think that is everything. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Dammy,
Yes.
you are the one who's been cross stitching this week.
You mean right now?
Yes, I mean right now. Why don't you tell them what you're doing?
Hold on. I am trying to.
Count.
Yeah. Aida makes a weird sound. Oh, I need to thread it through first. Hi. Hi. Welcome.
Show them what you're doing. This is the Every Day is an Adventure pattern by Joann's.
Look, there's pink.
Pink pearlware.
I wish.
I thought I would, those pictures that I sent to you and Daddy yesterday of her hiding in the chair.
Yes.
I think I'll put those at the end of the episode.
I need to print out some pictures of her to put at my station at work. Because
Okay.
I have big bulletin board walls.
Okay.
So I need to print out pictures of her.
Okay, if you don't want to print them out here, tell me which ones you want and I'll print them out at home.
I can't print them out here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I'm working on. I'm hoping to get a bit done tomorrow because I'm ushering both of our shows here tomorrow. And for part of it, I think I'm just going to sit in the lobby with the house manager unless there's an emergency. So,
Okay. Well, we will learn colonial knots when we get to the end of the episode, and that'll be fun. I did want to give a shout out to my friend Becca, who is in the Kitsap County Kitsap Cross Stitchers group with me that meets on Monday nights in Silverdale. She started a FlossTube. So she has, I think, 4 episodes now. Her
shoot.
What?
Did I? No, I didn't. Never mind. I thought I pulled out a stitch.
Oh, no.
But I didn't. It just, there's extra thread and it got loosened.
Oh, okay. Okay. Her floss tube is Sam Bree Knits. That's the name of her daughter, Sam and Bree.
Bree.
Not knits, Sam Bree Stitches.
Jeez.
Sam Bree Stitches. Now I'm second guessing myself. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Becca. Let me look. Hold on. Oh, Sam Bree Stitches. Yes. Yes. So, yeah. So you should check her out if you are interested. She makes really cool rag garlands and wreaths as well. She, the candy cane one that you thought was so pretty?
Mm-hmm.
She said she got the form for that at Dollar Tree.
Oh.
And then just bought the fabric. And she, just cuts it and then tears it. So that you're not having to, cut each piece. You just measure how wide you want your strips and everything. So, yeah, so it's pretty cool. So, if you are interested, give her a look, Sam Bree Stitches, on YouTube. And if you are in the Kitsap area and would like to come to our stitching group, we have a Facebook group that is Kitsap Cross Stitchers, and we meet on Monday nights in Silverdale at Michael's. So, at Michael's in the classroom, which is not at the back of the store, it's at the front of the store.
Weird.
You go into the store and you turn right.
Weird.
I know, it is very weird. And the walls don't go all the way to the ceiling.
Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but that's where we're at. Okay, I'm looking forward to being back to cross-stitching soon and sharing that with y'all. So, but there is some FlossTube related stuff coming up in Yummies. So, hold on just a minute. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Nammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things. Things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So, I did a 1, 2, 3 stitch order this week, just for tools.
Okay.
So, here's what I got. I got the Snag Nabbit, which you can use both in cross stitch and in knitting. So if you have a snag, you insert the point into the center of the snag, you push or pull the tool completely through the fabric,
You say this right as I get a snag.
and gently stretch fabric to realign fibers. Would you like my Snag Nabbit?
No, I already fixed it.
Oh, okay. I also got some needles. So one of the ladies in our cross stitch group recommended these. These are the Peacemaker's Tapestry size 26. And she actually gave me one that she had. I just dropped one of the things on the floor. She gave me one that she had and I've been using it. I really, really like it. I got a star detailer. And what this is
Oh, Lord.
is if you have just a very little left on your needle and you can't try to pull it through when you're done, you can use this tool to pull the tail through. You slide the star detailer under stitches on the back side of your work, insert end of floss tail through the flexible metal loop, withdraw slightly until floss tail is caught by the special twist tip. Pull the floss tail under and through stitches on back side of your work. Push forward to release the floss tail and snip off close to fabric. Enjoy, knowing you have nice, neat backs.
So it's just a crochet hook for...
No, it's not a crochet hook.
I'm going to say it's just a crochet hook for cross stitching.
So, I have not yet given this a try.
Why would you do that?
I have not yet given this a try because I haven't been cross stitching, but I heard good things about it, and so I ordered one. Yeah, so I got that. And then the last thing I got because Dammy needs it. I got needle threaders. This package actually has 2 in it. I'm going to give you one of them.
I can thread my needles. I promise.
I know, but this is just a tool to make it easier. So, can you unthread your needle?
Hold on. I'm about to cut this.
And then I'll show you how this works.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so what you do, I need your needle. So what you do is you put this flexible little tip into the eye. Sorry, I can't see. Okay, and then you put your thread through it.
I will if it stops being funky. Stop. Oh my gosh.
We're not very good at this, you guys.
It's curling. You just pulled one strand of it.
Oops. We never claimed we were experts. One piece is shorter than the other, doesn't want to go in. Okay, so I'm connected. You put your thread through the thingy, and then you pull the thingy through, and then you pull the thread out of the thing, and you have threaded your needle.
Okay.
Merry Christmas. Don't lose it.
Thank you.
It cost $50 zillion.
Ah,
Don't eat it either.
delicious.
Okay, so that's what I got this week from 123 Stitch. And then my December 2019 issue of Just Cross Stitch came. Can I say that I really wish they would send these out in a plastic sleeve? Because they do make ones that are recyclable.
Yeah.
Because I had to tape part of it, and it's torn.
So you can tell that I have not done anything with this since
Because your pins
Friday.
that I brought you last week are still connected to your scissors by magnets. Okay, let's talk about Just Cross Stitch December 2019. So I just marked a few things. Last night in bed, I was showing things to the Dr. Hubs. Okay, this
and was
is.
he like, wow?
He was like, well, yeah. So this is the Autumn Crazy Quilt pattern. Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Done by Carolyn Manning of Carolyn Manning Designs. It's an intermediate piece that measures approximately 10 5/8 by 11 inches. And there's not a ton of back stitching in it. There's just a few spots where just to kind of highlight some certain things. Or on the leaf right there, there's a little bit of back stitching.
I have lots of back stitching.
Yeah. Okay,
Takes me a lot.
now, so this one, I showed it to the Dr. Hubs last night, and I was like, you tell me why I'm marking this page to show. So here's the page. This is 12 Days of Christmas. Okay, so now, Dammy, can you tell us why I wanted to show this piece?
The piper's piping.
Yep. We got Scottish Piper, a Scottish bagpiper. So I was like, oh, that's cute. So I had to mark that. I probably will not ever stitch it, but I just thought it was really cute. Okay, this one is adorable. I actually took a picture of this and sent it to Becca because I was like, this is so cute. This is the Happy Holiday Tree. And it says Christmas, and then it's got, you know, birds and snowmen and houses and ornaments and Christmas trees and holly. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, yes. Happy holidays.
It's got French knots and Algerian eye stitches, which I don't know what that is.
It's an Algerian eye stitch.
I wonder if it says in the back because they have usually have you know, like a. That's what an Algerian eye stitch is.
Ooh.
So where in this thing is it used? Oh, the
Star.
The star on top. Oh, and there's like one right there, like little snowflakes.
That's pretty.
It is very pretty. This one is just, it's very simple, but I just was like, that is just gorgeous. And it's done on this pale blue fabric, so you're not having to do lots of, you know what I mean? Here it is.
Oh, that's backstitching, all right. On the previous pattern.
Oh, and I didn't show it, and I had marked it, I thought.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, we'll go back. That's a design by Kathleen Burlew. Oh, I didn't say who the other things were by.
What could you...
The 12 Days of Christmas is by Lee Fisher of Stitchy Fish Designs. Intermediate project measuring 15 3/4 by 19 3/4 inches. The Happy Holiday Tree is by Gail Busey. Intermediate project measuring 9 1/4 by 6.5 inches. And then the Starlight Pine Forest is by Kathleen Burlew. It's an easy project measuring 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then I skipped this one, and I really liked it. I sent this one to Becca too. It's called Sing Hey for Christmas Day. And it is words from the 16th century English poet Thomas Tusser. And it says, sing hey for Christmas Day. Twine mistletoe and holly, for friendship glows in winter snows, and so let's all be jolly. And this is by Cynthia Young of Loohoo Stitches, in an intermediate piece measuring 7 3/4 by 7 3/8. I really like the outline, and I like how the white pops on that kind of tan fabric. Okay, so I showed y'all the forest one already. And, okay, so they had this Christmas ornament showcase. I really like this one right here, which is the deer with the ornaments on its antlers. And this one just like, oh my gosh, that's just so sweet. A bear with holly around it. The deer is called the Decorated Christmas Deer by
Evdokia Nikolaeva of Punochka.
It's an intermediate piece measuring 5 5/8 by 4 1/8 inches. And the bear with the holly wreath is by Rona Nori. It's an intermediate piece measuring 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I think that is everything that I marked. Here is the project gallery of... Shh, I'm talking. Here's the project gallery of like all the pieces that are in there. So there we go. That is just cross stitch December 2019. All right, Danny, do you have anything for Yummies?
No.
No? All right, well then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Danny?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That is correct. So we are getting close to the end of the month of being thankful and having gratitude for things, as well as some of just our normal crafty stuff. Next week we will have the December list ready. Yeah. So what are we about to show them, Debbie?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. You'll take a look at the prompt for the day. What's today's prompt?
I don't know.
Oh, Tammy, come on. Today's prompt is brown. Brown.
Like, that's my coworker.
Brown. You interpreted the prompt however you want. It does not have to be crafty related. It can be anything, and we're very cheater friendly on this. You post it on Instagram. Make sure in your captions you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad, and yours might get chosen. If you are participating in GGK Crafty Pat and you have a private account on Instagram, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you, because otherwise we can't see your photos. So send her a message, she'll follow you, and all will be great in the world.
Also, if I could ask to not be tagged in giveaways unless you just think it's something that I might be interested in, because I kind of get excited when I see, oh, someone's mentioned me in a comment, like trying to call my attention. It's just a giveaway, and most of them are not really things I'm interested in, so I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Are you telling me to start tagging you?
No, it's not. It's not you.
Oh, okay. I know. I'm just joking. No, I usually tag you in something that either I know you would really like or that I really want, so I want you to enter it too so that I can win it.
Yeah.
Because we're cool like that. What was I going to say? Oh, upcoming, Dammy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on, let me find it. The Indie Gift Along is about to start.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I want to be able to tell you all the right dates. Oh, dadgummit, it wants me to log into Ravelry. Hold on, I'm getting it on my computer here. Hold that thought, folks. Hold that thought. Here we go. Gift Along. Dates. Okay. So, oh my word. Okay. The Gift Along will run from Tuesday the 26th at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time through Tuesday, December 31st at midnight U.S. Eastern Standard Time. So that is when the knit along portion is going to be.
Okay.
The 25% off sale period runs from Tuesday, November 26th at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time through Monday, December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And the code this year is different. It is Gift Along 2019. And there is a group on Ravelry called Indie Design Gift Along. And if you join that, it will have all the information for you. You can win prizes and such. But what made me just think of it is they're doing a Instagram challenge this year as well. They may have done it in the past, and I maybe just didn't participate, but I am going to try to this year. So, and there's not a prompt for every day. They tend to group a couple of days together through it. So there's introduction, your gift along wish list, warm and fuzzy, designers I love, bundle up, treats and traditions, this gift is for me, whips, next on my list, I can't resist, sparkle, crafting in the alongs, so nice I made it twice, crafting till the last minute, all the lights, share the love, favorite, gift along FO, craft resolutions, and cheer. So on Instagram, Indie Gift Along is the account that you can follow, and that'll be going on this year. And I have 20 of my patterns available in the Gift Along.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
My patterns can't be in it because I don't have enough.
No, you don't have enough, unfortunately.
Rip.
So let me see. Because they require you to have, I think, is it 10 sale patterns, 10 patterns that are not free available. But we can't team up on and do 20 together, which I wish we could, since we are a design business together. But
Rip.
okay, so the patterns that I have included are French Vanilla Cappuccino Socks, Rescue Me Chin Boy and Show Me the Stars Socks, Peppermint Mocha Socks, Where You Lead I Will Follow, that's Gilmore Girls Socks, The Lady of Lollybrock Outlander Socks, I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice Socks, I'm in Love with an 18th Century Scotsman Cowl, which is an Outlander pattern, Coffee Date Shawl, Socks for 10, which is a Doctor Who pattern, Catch the Rainbow Socks, My Favorite Murder mystery wrap pattern. Round Get Around shawl. The Indie Bread Yarn Crawl 2014.
Yeah.
Socks. Espresso Macchiato socks. Wibbly Wobbly Cali Wally, which is a Doctor Who inspired cowl. Strawberries and Cream Frappuccino. Or is it Frappuccino or Frappe? Strawberries and Cream Frappe socks.
Frappuccino is copyrighted.
I know. Nothing is lost. Sassenach. Only changed. Wrap, which is also Outlander. The Flat White wrap. A Walk in the Park cowl. And Hot Chocolate with Pink Marshmallows socks.
Lots of socks.
Lots of socks.
I like your sock design.
I know. Well, what I kind of did at your suggestion, because I was like, Dammy, what patterns am I going to put in this?
Yeah, you called me on my way to class.
Yes, I was like, can you talk? Help. I do that quite often. I'm like, Dammy, help. So what I did was I looked at my most popular patterns and put most of it as that, as well as some that I just felt like fit the idea of the gift along or the holiday season or whatever.
Yeah.
So the participating designers will have between 10 and 20 patterns that are for sale, but I believe, let me double check this. Okay, all patterns designed by any participating designers are eligible for participation in the alongs, and projects made from all paid, not free patterns by participating designers are eligible for winning prizes.
Ooh, prizes.
So that is what I was trying to find to tell y'all. So you can use any of my paid patterns in the along. It doesn't have to be just the ones that are the sale ones. You can't use my free patterns though in the along.
Rip.
So, okay. I know of no upcoming events other than.
Men on Boats tonight. And
Well, they won't see that. Well, actually, if you watch this on Saturday when it comes out, is that the last show?
There are 2 shows tomorrow at 1 p.m. and at 7:30 p.m.
I don't know if the episode will be out before 1 p.m., but 7 p.m. if you're local and want to see it, you can. Did you just stab yourself in the head?
No, I bumped my head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come see Men on Boats. My friends are great.
Alrighty. I think we're ready to move to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
What are you reading, Dammy?
So I finished rereading Lonely Planet by Stephen Dietz.
Why aren't you using your needle threader that I gave you?
Because I'm trying to suffer. I finished rereading Lonely Planet by Stephen Dietz. And so not all of these. Oh, I only wrote 2. Oh, okay. Yes, I thought I wrote 3. These are both for my play script analysis class because I have to do projects on them. I'm reading Indecent by Paula Vogel, which I got to go see twice at the Seattle Rep. It's a really good play. And I'm rereading Medea by Euripides. The translation is by Diane Arnson-Savarline.
And as always, we link all of this in the show notes, so you can pop on over to
geekygirlsnet.com
to find links to everything we talk about today.
Yeah.
And one other thing you're reading?
The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Coutingo.
Yes. So I assume with that, all that reading, you are getting in at least 15 minutes a day.
Yes.
What am I referring to?
The October, November, December read along.
So this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you read as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. There's a finish line thread in the Ravelry group where you post once and then edit your post. All the details are in the threads in the Ravelry group. We're also doing a year-long challenge where you earn entries based on the seasonal longs. Was that last week that we announced all of the grand prize bundles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I need to remember to post a thread in the Ravelry group for the Modern Miss Darcy challenge, which is bonus points.
The Modern Mrs. Darcy
Yes.
challenge.
So, at the first podcast of 2020, we will draw for prize winners for the 3 grand prizes. If you want to know what's in the grand prizes, go to the show notes. It's all linked up there. And we will be continuing this next year. I think we're good with the format. What do you think?
Yeah.
So it should be the same next year. So, yeah, we hope you'll join in with us. And I know there's been several people who have said, because of this challenge, I'm reading more than I have been.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really awesome, because reading is important.
Reading rainbow.
Reading is cool.
Reading rainbow.
Catch a look in a book, reading rainbow. Yes. Okay, what I'm reading. I finished reading Beholding and Becoming, The Art of Everyday Worship by Ruth Chow Simons. There's only one M. Simons. This is a book that I showed y'all some of the art from last week. It's beautifully done. Highly recommend it. I would like to own a copy. Maybe I'll use some of my Christmas money to get a copy, because I have the copy of her first book. And it's just stunning. I am still rereading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. 4th book in the series by J.K. Rowling. Rereading it along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. So I read the final chapter, but it was all ready. I saw the new episode pop up for Swish and Flick, because Sacred Text is ahead of where I am, because I'm sticking with Swish and Flick timeline, because I caught up on them. They didn't do a new chapter episode this week. They did, they had done a panel at LeakyCon talking about, like, the significance of numbers and letters, numbers and colors, and, words, like a lot of the, spells are, like, Latin in origin and such. So that's what it was about. But hopefully this next week they will get to that final thing, because I'm technically done rereading it, but I really just would like to finish out, because then they're going to still, I think, do some new episodes through the end of the year, but I think they're not going to start book 5 until the new year. So that's where we're at with that. I finished actually listening to the 2 books in the War That Saved My Life series by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. These are actually middle grade books, like 4th to 6th grade books, but I can't remember where I heard somebody talking about them, but they were really interesting. And so the premise, I was trying to explain this to the Dr. Hubs last night, because we had finished watching something and there wasn't enough time to watch something else, but I was trying to finish the row I was knitting on my sweater. And so I turned on the audiobook, and he listened for a few minutes, and he was like, what is going on in this? I'm not really sure what's going on. So the basic premise of it is there's these 2 children, their brother and sister, who are evacuated from London during the beginning part of World War II.
The Blitz.
And they go to live in a small town, like out in the country. Well, the girl is the older sibling, and I think she is like 10 or 11 when the book starts. But she was born with a club foot, and her mother was just not a very good mother, and she refused to get it fixed, and then kind of locked her up, would not let her leave the flat, disciplined her by locking her in a cupboard, wouldn't let her go to the bathroom, made her use a pail. It was just really bad. But her younger brother was going to be evacuated, and she snuck out and went with him at points, like crawling down the street because she couldn't walk. And they get to this town, and nobody ends up wanting them. And so the lady in charge is like, I know where we're going to put you. And she takes them to this home of this spinster woman who never wanted to have children, but she agrees to take them in, and they receive just as much healing from her as she does from them. But during this process, their mother kind of abandons them until she finds out that they're going to do surgery to fix her foot as much as possible. And then there's bombs, and there's people die. And then in the second book, there's it's just kind of the continuing journey after a lot of loss. And then there's at one point a new character is introduced who escaped from Germany, and she's a Jew, and she comes to live with them to be tutored to improve her maths, and she actually becomes like a code breaker type person type thing, and Bletchley Circle type stuff. Anyway, it was a really, really interesting 2-book series. Yeah, I wasn't sure at first because I'm not typically a historical kind of... that doesn't tend to be the genre that I, like, flock to or anything. But I felt like this was really well done and very well told. So if you have kids in that middle grade age, or if you just want to read a book series that's kind of set in that time period, I would recommend them. I was really, really impressed by the writing. I read You Don't Know Me by Susan May Warren. It was kind of a fluff, cozy thriller type book. Like the woman in it has been in witness protection, but then now she's under threat because the guy escaped jail or something, or got out of jail or something.
Oh no.
But she's never told her family, like 15, 20 years, she's never told them that she is in witness protection.
So they don't know? No. So they don't have any contact with her?
No, her husband and children don't know. Her mother and father know she's in witness protection, but the rest of her family thinks she's dead. But she came into this town and met this guy and married him, but he and their children don't know she's in witness protection. The reason I read this book is because for School of Magical Stitches in Literature, there was a challenge, like in, I think, was it the Ultimate Reading Challenge? Anyway, whatever it was. But there was like these words, and you had to, for each letter, you had to either read a book with the title started with that letter, or the author's first or last name started with that letter, and I needed a Y. And so, You Don't Know Me. So there we go. I finished that. And got 100 bonus house points that don't mean anything except for imaginary points. I listened to The Late Show, which is the first book in the Renee Ballard series by Michael Connelly. And this is about a detective who reports something that happens and nobody backs her, and she gets kind of shuffled off to the overnight shift. And then this big case that she ends up a part of. And so I listened to that. I read the 12th book in the Cat Who series by Lillian Jackson Braun, The Cat Who Knew a Cardinal. I didn't feel like this one was as good as some of the previous ones had been. But, I mean, this book series is 57 gazillion long, so you're probably going to have at least...
Cardinal as in Pope Cardinal?
No, bird. You're going to have some flops in a series that's
Lord.
57 bazillion books long.
Lord.
And then currently I am reading What Alice Forgot by Leon Moriarty. This is a woman who hits her head and forgets 10 years of her life.
Yikes.
And in that time, apparently, her marriage has fallen apart and she's getting divorced. And she's had 3 kids, but she doesn't remember any of it.
Thanks.
So I'm reading that. And then since I finished The War That Saved My Life, that series on the ferry on the way over, I started listening to Until Proven Guilty, which is the first book in the J.P. Beaumont series by J.A. Jance, and it's set here in Seattle. He's a police dude. So, I'm reading that. Okay, I watched some Hallmark movies. I watched A Christmas Miracle, Christmas Under the Stars, and A Godwink Christmas Meant for Love.
Godwink.
Yes.
Didn't they already...
They did, yes.
Okay.
So this is like, it's not a sequel, but it's another one in the series. And it actually was really, really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's probably one of the better ones that I've seen this year. I finished Series 6 of Silent Witness. Dr. Hubbs and I are still watching Series 6 of Father Brown. Season 15 of Supernatural. So what we are being potentially, what the foreshadowing is that apparently one of them is going to be forced to kill the other by Chuck. Sam and Dean is who I'm talking about.
Rest in peace, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's the final season, so you know. Season 7 of The Blacklist. Did I tell you about this?
Yes.
I'm not going to explain it. It was bizarre, but thought-provoking. It was bizarre, though. DNA of Murder with Paul Holes, Season 1. This one was about a nun who was killed.
You told me.
Yeah, it was very sad, but they think they know who did it, and they're running tests. I hope that they will do some kind of update about all these cases that they've been talking about, so that we kind of know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
NCIS LA Season 11, Supergirl Season 5, Murder Mystery Season 13, NCIS Season 17. Something's going on with Gibbs.
He's getting old.
He left without his phone, badge, or wallet, and left McGee in charge.
I mean, he's responsible.
He is. But, I mean, I can see Gibbs leaving behind his phone, but his badge and his wallet, and he was gone for 3 days.
He wanted a boys' night.
Something about sturgeon.
That's a horrible name.
Mm-hmm. NCIS New Orleans Season 6, and Arrow Season 8, which is the final season of this show as well. Listening to, of course, My Favorite Murder podcast, because I love My Favorite Murder. Hadestown, OBCR, Christine Uncle's The Thrill of Hope Renewed.
Cabin Pressure, random Spotify playlists. I made a playlist of most of the music we've done this quarter that I could find on Spotify and that we're doing for Sacred Sound, so I was listening to that
Oh, that's cool.
at work.
I feel like we need to add some new stuff to our Christmas playlist and then post some links. Because Dammy and I put together 2 Christmas playlists. One is just for musicals, and there's not that very many. I think there's only 8 songs or something on that one. But the other one is just Christmas music in general, ones that we love. So I think we should. There's been some new stuff come out, so maybe we can do that over Thanksgiving. Add some new stuff. All right, I think that is everything for this segment. So let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about our November only now. Artistic
September, October,
autumnal.
November.
They're over.
And it started in September. Because what if somebody is new to the group and they have something that would fit?
Our September, October, November artistic autumnal owl
Yes, tell us all about it, Dammy.
stands for along.
Yes.
So this runs from the 1st of September and it goes through the 30th of November, and it's for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to autumn. There are a couple main rules. The first is that no whips are allowed. Your project can't have been begun before the 1st of November. September. It must be finished no later than the 30th of November because we will lock the AFO thread and you can't post. Each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin, Ravelry Craft, must be at least 20 yards. If your project is not at least 20 yards, you should group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. For example, if I crocheted a Baby Yoda and he only took 5 yards, I don't know.
Apparently Baby Yoda is 50 years old.
No, he's baby!
I was having this discussion with
No, his baby!
with Mel last night.
Shh! He's baby. And I want to kiss his little face. If I crocheted a little Baby Yoda that only took 5 yards somehow, I would need to make 4 of those little Baby Yodas and put them all in one post.
Or maybe you would do a Baby Yoda, a Baby Han, a baby Leia, and a baby Darth Vader.
Exactly.
Total.
Maybe Darth Vader takes 15 yards, so you can put Baby Yoda and Darth Vader in the same post. 20 yards. For the stitching and sewing projects, we leave it up to your best judgment on whether it is quote-unquote big enough. If you would like an official ruling, you can PM Java Pro on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
Yes.
You can feel free to polydip in other alongs as long as it fits in with other rules. That's totally fine.
Yep.
We have lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. Thank you so much to our donors. If you are interested in donating ones for our upcoming owls, such as the Winter Wonderland owl, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit.com.
Yes, because next week is when we'll announce the Winter Wonderland along, because it'll start during that next week. So we're going to be pulling together prizes from our Tub O prizes for the Winter Wonderland along. So if you have something you'd like to donate, shoot us off a message and we can get it added in.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I forgot my place. If you want to get closer looks at these prizes and see where they came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate. There is a hashtag if you'd like to post on social media or tag your projects on Ravelry. It's GGK Autumn 19. Like I said, the FO thread is going to be locked on the morning of the 1st of December, and winners will be drawn on the podcast after that. And
Yes, so make sure you post your stuff by November 30th, because I'll lock the thread when I get up on the 1st of December.
So technically 8:45 a.m. Pacific time on December 1st.
Well, what day of the week is December 1st?
I don't know.
I think it's a Sunday, so I'll be up before that.
Oh, it is a Sunday because Advent starts on December 1st.
Yes, so I will be up before that. So
You better watch out.
you better get your projects posted.
And any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. There is a chatter thread on Ravelry where you can post about your progress, and it's where I congratulate people who finished projects, but I also do that here. So, people who finished projects are A. Bingham, Asteride, D. Dorf 4, DG White, DJ ID, I Now Hour, Falling Star 12, Frymeister, Harps 57, I Knit Socks 2, Jen Park 248, Knit Central, Little Angel SG2, El McCall, Mamma Mia 64, Mommy 2, Ruzy, Sam Ash Williams 94, Share 2014, Shirley Knits 123, Yarn Taxi Driver, and Yell Cat 2.
Great job, everybody. You have like 1 week left. So get your projects finished, get them posted, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, so what is this week's question, Dammy?
This week's question comes from Jean, who is Jeannie B from London. What knits do you keep thinking you'll do but put off? Also, do you have knitting plans already for 2020?
So, Dammy, what
I don't like when people ask me what I'm doing in a month and a week. I don't have 2020 vision. Because I have glasses.
Yes. What things, what are there any patterns that you keep thinking you're going to do and then you haven't done?
I have yarn and materials to knit BB-8. Still not knit him. I have yarn and materials to knit that nice sweater that's my cue. Still haven't knit it. I have yarn for all of my Hadestown patterns, and I have not knit them.
I'm looking for Dammy's cue.
Yeah, the Yakushima by Justina Lukowska.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't you knit this already?
No, I knit a different fire pattern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have not updated my queue in a while.
Yeah, some of these were added in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the most recent that you've added? 2018. So you've added no new things since 2018 to your queue. Well, one thing for me is the Pumpkin Ale cardigan by Isolde Teague. I've had this in my queue since 2014.
Can I get a yikes?
Yikes. But I have not found the perfect orange yarn yet.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Should see if you can get some of Jess's imported.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But a sweater quantity of indie dyed yarn for me is going to be pricey. So most likely I would have to use a commercial brand. So, I've had in my queue since 2015.
I'm sorry. It's in my head.
I know. Since 2015, I've had the Leona Dare shawl by Elizabeth Green Musselman in my queue. And I really want to knit it, and I just haven't done it. I even own the pattern already. I have got 57 gazillion sweaters by Vera Valimaki and Joji Locatelli in my queue.
I wonder why.
Because I love their stuff. What would I like to make sure and knit in 2020? I want to get back to having socks on the needles all the time.
24/7.
24/7.
Except for in November.
Except for in November. I would like to, I've got several design projects that need to get done. And I need to, get going on them. I'm going to keep doing preemie hats in 2020. So that'll be 52 or 53 hats, depending on how many Sundays there are in the year.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal these past few years has been to complete at least 100 projects, which I'm on track to do, I think, for this year. But if I do that again next year, I'm gonna also include cross stitch projects in that 100.
Yeah.
So, because I would like to finish Emily's house in the new year. I want to finish my Christmas list in the new year. Let's see what other ones are like on my list of ones that I would like to get done. Obviously, I'll want to finish my countdown to Christmas. If I don't finish it in December, I want to finish it. I have a really cute one that's a Halloween Quaker pattern. I have a really cute kitty string pattern. I have a little Quaker Halloween pattern. I have pumpkin sheep. I feel like that really needs to happen.
Pumpkin sheep.
I really, really, really want to stitch that one. This is Olga.
Kitty, kitty.
Olga. Because
Kitty, kitty.
cute kitty. And I've got some pumpkin spice patterns. I would like to, I don't know if it's going to be possible. I would like to stitch that for Daddy for his birthday.
Yoda.
I also own the Ariel one and the Winnie the Pooh one.
Da-da-da-da.
There's Winnie the Pooh. Because somebody I know is in love with Ariel. Don't know who it could be.
Oh.
So there's lots of things that I would like to work on in the new year. I've just got to find the balance of my own stuff, my own design stuff, with also doing stuff to be able to show on the podcast, but also to be able to, I love to give away stuff. So I love to knit socks for you and for the Dr. Hubs and for Katie and Jeremy and Noah and Izzy and, just...
You do?
I do. So I want to get a better balance because right now I'm like stressed about crafting. Because there's stuff that I wanted to finish that it's just not going to get done before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which is frustrating to me. So... Because I'm normally the type of person who meets deadlines, even usually finishing them early.
Mm-hmm.
And that hasn't happened, so. Okay, Dammy, anything else you want to say about stuff that you would like to do or that you've put off doing?
I would like to knit something in 2020.
Yes. Are you going to, when you finish that cross stitch, are you going to embark on a haunted mansion or something else?
Probably Haunted Mansion, because I feel like it'll take me what?
Because they're full coverage pieces.
Yeah, I need help figuring out how to, like, stitch near stitches you've already stitched without it becoming so tight. Like, my floss is getting caught in everything back here.
Some of that could be your needle size.
But, like, I stick the needle through and it comes up through bits of this.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of it is because you're carrying your yarn so far. Yeah, that's part of it, is that you're carrying your yarn so far, so it's coming up, it's having to go through lots of layers. So, and you have to be careful about like carrying it across spots, because if, depending on how you finish it, the part that's across where you didn't work might be seen. So, but that's all things you learn. This is your first project.
Okay.
So, okay. I hope that answers your question, Jane. We'd love to hear from y'all. What are your, what are projects that you keep saying you're going to do but you haven't done yet? And what are your plans for 2020 across all the crafts? So, and we've gotten a few questions in, but we can always use more questions because we answer one every week. So, Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
Or feel free to post it in our YouTube comments from this episode, and I'll transfer it over if you don't have a Ravelry account. But you're welcome to get one. It's free. So, yeah. There's not been a single question we haven't been willing to answer. So, post and we'll answer it. All right. Let's move on to the next segment. All right. We made it to the end of the show. We are not sponsored by Starbucks. Although we should be.
Only.
Seriously. How much coffee do I drink every day? It's an obscene amount. I'm probably 75% coffee.
That's bad.
Yeah.
No, that's very bad.
No, I drink more water than I do coffee. To try to balance it out. We made it to the end of the show, Dammy. Yeah. I don't think we have any announcements. Next week's episode should be live on
Richard. I design prof.
Oh, I was like, what? Should be live as normal on Saturday the 30th.
Cheers, bruh.
Yep. We'll have the December GGK Crafty Pad prompts. We'll announce the Winter Wonderland along. And all that jazz. So, okay, we'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who supports this podcast. We love you guys. We wouldn't be doing this without you. But especially a big thank you to those of you who support us financially, because unfortunately it does cost money to do a podcast. There are three main ways you can support us financially. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on what level you donate at. I won't be doing it. It'll be a couple weeks before I do rewards, because they do the payout around the 6th, and so I tried to do it as soon as possible after the payout. Yeah. So, Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
What's another way?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you'd like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our website first and look in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes for your appropriate country's Amazon, and then do your shopping as normal, we will earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. We've got the holiday season coming up, and the shopping thing that we don't participate in, Black Friday.
Yeah.
And then
I was like, what are you talking about?
And then is it Saturday? Is it Small Business Saturday or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's something like on Saturday or Monday or something that's supposed to be for like online or small business or something. I've started Christmas shopping. I still need someone to tell me what books she's interested in.
You want to buy my history textbook? That's the book I'm interested in.
You can't rent it?
It's $30
To buy it used. If I want to rent it used, it will be $63.
That makes no sense.
To buy it used from a different website is $30, which is a really good price for the book.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is bizarre.
Although I might be getting it from friends. So do you want to buy another one of my textbooks? Do you want to buy my psych one?
So that you can psychoanalyze me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tammy, where can they find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely weekend.
A lovely weekend.
A lovely. We hope you have, if you're in the U.S., that you have an amazing Thanksgiving. And that you get to spend time with those that you love, whether it's family or friends that are family. And that you get lots of crafting time in. So, until next week, and talk to you soon. Happy crafting.